All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WePlay Dota 2 League. My name is Mont. With me tonight is LD. We've got Alliance versus 4 Sweet Revenge in a nice best-of-2 series. LD, how are you tonight?
I am fantastic, enjoying the great weather at the Jersey Shore. It's actually a little chilly, but ready for some Dota. Haven't cast in a while, so I'm kind of forgetting what I'm supposed to do. I think I talk about the game or something, so we'll go with that. But coming into this game, the storyline is basically, well, Alliance has cruised through not just WePlay, but StarLadder as well. Coming to this match, they're actually 17-2 since the International 3, and their 2 losses were in best-of-1s to Na'Vi and Power Rangers and StarLadder. So we expect Alliance to crush 4 Sweet Revenge, but 4 Sweet Revenge, formerly Arctic, has beaten some top teams in the past. You and I were actually talking about it in the pregame. They took down Na'Vi last season in WePlay on the back of a fantastic Smash Templar Assassin performance. So we'll see. Can they pull it off here? It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, 4 Sweet Revenge, aka Arctic, they're a team that's been around for a while, and of course I've had the pleasure of casting them since the ADL, and honestly, like, they're just fun to watch. Of course, they are from Peru. A lot of people would give the matchup to Alliance handedly, but, you know, we've seen 4 Sweet Revenge. You mentioned, of course, taking down Alliance. Na'Vi. They took down, I believe it was Dignitas as well in the ADL. So they've got, you know, a little bit of their work cut out for them, but we'll see what happens. They do the smart thing by banning out the IO. I think Alliance has been picking that up. First pick, first ban a lot of the time. We'll see the Nature's Prophet ban as well, the OD ban, and maybe perhaps an Abaddon. I'm not sure. So we'll see what they want to do. What are your thoughts on the first couple of picks here?
Well, pretty standard versus Alliance. You do not want to give this team Wisp. Generally, you don't want to give away Wisp against anyone. And they actually banned Bulldog's Prophet over the Lone Druid, so if 4 Sweet Revenge doesn't pick it themselves, which it generally isn't the type of hero I've seen them play, then you imagine Alliance will snap it up. But I actually like the Prophet ban over the LD. It's something that we saw teams start to do more later on in the International. Going into it, everyone was terrified of Bulldog's Lone Druid, but Prophet's just a more versatile hero. You can jungle, you can join the pushes earlier, you don't really have to sit in your lane, and as amazing as Bulldog is on Lone Druid, I think getting rid of Prophet somewhat limits Alliance's game plan. But this is Alliance, and I mean, they've been playing everything. I did some research coming to this game. Actually, I'm on vacation, so I had time to do it, and I'm looking at some of the recent heroes played. Loda, he's played Juggernaut, Abaddon, Carry Abaddon, that's right. S4, Kunkka, Storm, Lion, Weaver, Night Stalker. It's not just Puck anymore. Bulldog, Aghanim, and Magnus as well, which we were seeing a lot of heading into TI3. Bulldog, well, he's played at Aghanim's Bounty Hunter, so I think that's something. Even Ake and Skareth. So it's Alliance. I'm expecting them to experiment a bit. They probably don't view 4 Sweet Revenge as the hardest competition, so it should be fun.
Right, exactly. And I mean, it's not exactly the International. They don't have to go super crazy. They want to experiment, and, you know, there's nothing super big on the line, obviously. This is a match where, obviously, Alliance have pretty much solidified their standings to the next group stage, which is pretty nice to have. 4 Sweet Revenge, they're just trying to get some decent practice up against Alliance here. See if they can take them down. They're going to go with the Nagasiren first here, which is a hero that I've seen so much play recently. That hero is either first pick, first ban in pretty much every game I've watched, just because that hero's got Ensnare, you got the Riptide as well, which is such a short cooldown, such a great support as well. I actually saw Nagasiren play it as the mid in one of the previous matches yesterday, and then there's a Lifestealer from Alliance.
And the other thing is EGM is a monster on this here, and if you go back to the International 3 Grand Finals, Na'Vi seemed to sort of figure out Alliance where, obviously they didn't win, but they came a lot closer than anyone else did, and the key to it was they were always banning the supports, particularly Nagasiren and Keeper of the Light. So they'd ban out Ake, they'd ban out EGM, and then they'd often pick the junglers for themselves if Alliance didn't snap them up right away. And Alliance continues to be really comfortable with Naga, so they remove it from the pool, but hey, Alliance is going to go with what they're comfortable with as well here. Lifestealer for Loda, they can run that in the defensive tri-lane, they can go aggressive if they want. Chen for Ake. Whenever you're up against Alliance, I think the biggest issue is figuring out how to get as much off the map as they do, because they're so efficient. That's really what separates them from a lot of other teams. There's no wasted time, they're always stacking properly, the rotations, it seems like they always work, and part of that's teamwork, but a lot of it's just good decision making. So, well, 4 Sweet Revenge, if they want to match that efficiency, they've got good supports to do it. Naga, Keeper of the Light, these heroes can clear the jungle very quickly, and if you're up against Chen, you got to keep up.
Yeah, you definitely mentioned good efficiency. I agree with you 100% on Alliance's side. They have that Chen, which is going to be played by Aki. He's so effective with it, and honestly, he'll roam to gank, or he'll roam to, you know, push a tower in their defensive tri-lane or their aggressive tri-lane even, and they could probably just take a quick tower so very fast. It's going to be, you know, maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes if they're not against anybody in the, you know, defensive tri-lane. If they want to be aggressive, which is kind of weird with the Chen, they can be. But at the same time, with these two heroes, they've got kind of their core with these two heroes already set up. There's the Keeper of the Light you already mentioned coming out for 4 Sweet Revenge. They've got counter pushing utility and even pushing to a certain extent. And right now, it really comes down to, I guess, the rest of the supports coming up from Alliance's side. I mean, you've got supports on Force Sweet Revenge. What else do they want to pick up here in terms of offlaners, in terms of their mid lane? We talked about Smash going for, a Templar Assassin. That's a hero that he loves to play, but he can also play a couple of other heroes mid as well. But it's going to come down to probably the last pick was where they're going to pick up the mids here. At the same time, there's going to be a couple bans, so...
Smash is kind of a snowball mid to me. Like I view him as a very similar player to Dendi. Even going back to that game where they destroyed Navi, it was on the back of Smash snowballing, and they're actually banning out a lot of the snowball mids. The Queen of Pain, the Puck, and this might seem odd at first glance given how Smash likes to play, but these are great partners for the Lifestealer. They do not want to give away Lifestealer bombs. When you have a Keeper of the Light, even a Naga, I mean, a Blink Silence from a Puck with Lifestealer popping out, she doesn't even get to use their song. She just dies. So I think smart bans here from them. I'm thinking Force Sweet Revenge could go aggressive tri-lane. It's really hard, though, because Chen isn't the strongest jungler against aggressive tri-lanes. Not as good as Enchantress, obviously, but the main issue is that Ake is really comfortable. I'd say he's the best jungler in the world at dealing with aggressive tri-lanes in the defensive jungle on like a Chen or an Enchantress. And so, well, Naga, Keeper of the Light, you can really challenge the pulls you've got Ensnare if Lifestealer tries to go aggressive, but, well, now there's Living Armor. So if they do try for that, it's going to be tough. Are we looking at... What are we looking at mid? I mean, OD's banned out, but, maybe a Weaver for S4. He has been playing it a bit as of late.
You know what? Weaver mid is actually something that a lot of people kind of question at first, but you take a couple of glances at it and you're like, well, that's actually pretty good. Shukuchi is able to be spammed as it gets leveled up, and honestly, you get those levels super quickly, which is nice. You don't really get that in a tri-lane. Honestly, I think that would be great. There is going to be that Treant Protector. You mentioned that Living Armor, and yeah, I think Force Sweet Revenge are going to have a tough time going an aggressive lane because... I mean, even though you, and I always say this whenever I see a Radiant tri-lane in the top lane, an aggressive tri-lane for that matter, they could just pull from that camp, and that's something that the Dire doesn't have really access to, which would be nice to have for Force Sweet Revenge. But they're going to pick up the Bounty Hunter right now, which is either an offlaner or a solo safe laner, but since it's a Bounty Hunter, I'm more inclined to believe that it's an offlane Bounty Hunter. What do you think about this pick?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Alliance a handful of times. One of the teams that runs Bounty Hunter more, they'll run it safe lane and then aggressive tri lane, and the main reason is just to get Bulldog a quick level 6, but I don't know. The issue for me right now is if they go aggressive, it's going to be hard to get kills. You're up against Living Armor, you're up against Lifestealer, you do have net, but outside of that, you're pretty much magic damage early on, so Illuminate, it's not really going to be that useful in most cases to kill a Lifestealer. And then, if you're not getting kills, are you accomplishing enough? Because Chen can just ignore you and just be really greedy in the jungle. Ake looking for the early Wildkins. And there's your Lifestealer bomb partner. So the Storm Spirit now picked up. I think it is going to be the offlane bounty. And to be honest, offlane bounty should be decent this game. The one thing he's going to struggle with is he can't stop Chen from pushing. But at the same time, Lifestealer, Treant Protector, not really the best combo to kill a bounty hunter early on. So he should get some levels. The mid game though, that's going to be tough. Now you've got a Storm with support from a Chen and then also Living Armor. Once he hits 6, watch out. The Lifestealer bombs are coming.
Yeah, they're going to be jumping all over the place. You mentioned that Storm Spirit and having just so much versatility with the Lifestealer. I'm actually pretty excited for it on the side of Alliance. But on the same time, Force Sweet Revenge, you mentioned Bounty Hunter. He needs to get 6 quickly. He's got to get that experience in the top lane. He's not going to get ganked a whole lot. I mean, unless the Chen comes out every other second, which maybe with Aki he can. But, unless they really lock him down, it's going to be tough to get kills on him. He'll try to get 6 quickly. He'll get his track up. They'll try to trade effectively. But like you said, can't stop that push coming when it's time for that to happen. At the same time, they have good counter fighting. Of course, you can throw up the Illuminate. You can push that back. And the Living Armor is going to be super useful against that. And I guess just against any sort of counter initiation in general. But with Alliance, they've got a strong early game lineup. And we'll see if they can take it to the mid to late game with this Chen and Lifestealer pushing on. And there's 36 seconds left on the reserve time right now. Force Sweet Revenge, they've got to pick up a carry or a mid here. And against Storm Spirit, what's your thoughts on mid?
I mean, well, I was going to say you can Naga mid. Some teams have done it in the past, but they'll go for Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Doesn't really match up that well 1v1 against the Storm Spirit early on. You can bottle Crow, you'll get some farm, but you're not going to slow the Storm down. And frankly, they're not really the best team to rotate unless Naga gets an Invis Rune or they somehow manage to get the jump and before he hits level 6 and ensnare gank him into an Illuminate. I mean, it's possible to get a kill, but pretty remote. So looks to me like Force Sweet Revenge just going to focus on taking advantage of their own jungle, stacking a lot of camps. If Alliance tries to push that safe lane with the Lifestealer Chen +1, they'll probably look to TP the Keeper of the Light in and slow down the push. Bounty Hunter can't stop that. My big concern, though, is if you get to the mid-game, let's say Ake is just farming away in the jungle, he gets a mech around like that 9-10 minute mark. Treant Protector has leveled up Living Armor to 3, perhaps for EGM. And then all of a sudden you have Lifestealer bombs activated. if Force Sweet Revenge don't shut that Storm down before it hits 6, it's going to be tough, because right now they only have one actual disable, and that's Dragon Tail.
Yeah, absolutely. But they do actually have some ganky potential with the Naga Siren roaming on mid. Maybe not necessarily the Keeper of the Light, but you get an Ensnare, you get a Breathe Fire going in a Dragon Tail from the Dragon Knight. You could probably kill that Storm Spirit pretty easily, so I think that's something S4 has to look out for. At the same time, it's kind of a race to 6 in mid lane. I mean, whoever gets 6 earlier on, you know, Elder Dragon is great for pushing and great for fighting in general, just because you got that green dragon who has that poison. That poisoned it out, which is pretty nice to have, and I think he could be pretty effective. Breathe Fire is just such a great nuke early on as well, and that's really going to be one of the only ways he can grab farm too. So yeah, it's going to be a race to 6.
Ooh, I like this. Troll ban from Alliance. I mean, you assume the DK would go mid, but they do room for carry, and frankly, Troll is a disgusting pushing carry. So just popping the ult, you have a Dragon Knight, suddenly he's wailing with the tower faster. I think that's a really smart ban from Alliance, and, well, for Sweet Revenge, they're going to remove a Bulldog, you know, standard, which is the lone druid. But frankly, I think a Clockwork might fit this lineup better. I mean, they have Living Armor, they have Lifestealer and Storm. And you've got the Chen backing up. This isn't a lineup that wants to find kills, so they definitely could have used a lone druid here, but I think going Clockwork just suits them better. They'll be able to really force some kills.
Yeah, what I love about this is now that you've got 2 options as a Lifestealer. Okay, I can jump in the Storm Spirit, we can Ball Lightning, and we can pull people, or I can jump into a Clockwork, he can hook shot and cogs people in, and we'll get kills. You know, it doesn't matter which way we do it. Both ways are going to find kills. Both ways are pretty exciting, and I got to say, Clockwork, he can get levels pretty quickly, and he can be okay in an offlane as well. And with that being said, we're going to see Force Sweet Revenge. That's going to be a Magnus, and I'm not sure what they're going to do. Who's going to go mid? I think honestly, this is going to be a Dragon Knight farming in a lane. Questionable.
Yeah, looks like a carry Dragon Knight. Well, it's going to be interesting. The one issue here is you've got then a dual melee tri-lane against a Clockwork, which means cogs, very liable to burn all your mana, which means it's hard to get kills. We'll see. I don't know. This is going to be fun. You have Magnus now mid, a big AoE combo. I'd say the 5-man advantage goes slightly to Force Sweet Revenge, but only slightly. And frankly, I don't see them killing this Storm Spirit before level 6. And if they don't kill him before level 6, you throw in Living Armor, you throw in Hand of God. S4 could really get out of control. And even if he's the one who dies, Flota's there, Bulldog's there, they're going to be cleaning house. So, Alliance, the heavy favorites coming into this match. Game 1 about to get underway. Force Sweet Revenge. I'm pulling for them at least to make this an exciting game, but they definitely have their work cut out for them. And with Smash on the Magnus, it looks like it will be a Magnet.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, and I am certainly excited. I mean, you talked about there's going to be a lot of 5-man RPs, well, not necessarily 5-man, but decent RPs, I think, and that's really kind of the big thing coming into the game. If Smash can hit those RPs, they're going to be in a good position to take these team fights. And then again, this is Alliance we're talking about, so we are going to jump into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. It's a best-of-2 series between Force Sweet Revenge from Peru and Alliance from Sweden. Of course, the TI3 winners. Looking at the side of Force Sweet Revenge, on the Bounty Hunter is going to be Mihawk. Masoka is going to be on the Keeper of the Light. Smash will be playing the Magnus. On the Naga Siren is going to be Misko. And to round it all out, we'll see Ewo on the Dragon Knight. He's called the Black of Peru sometimes. And LD, if you'd like to do Alliance.
Sure. On the side of Alliance, the International 3 defending champion, 17-2 since the big dance. You've got S4 on the Storm Spirit, QWER, which I believe is EGM handling the Treant Protector, Ake, the Chen, Smoke already picked up, and he does have sentries in case they try to ward off his jungle, or maybe to kill that bounty hunter. Loda, the Lifestealer, and then last but not least, Bulldog on, well, one of his 4 or 5 heroes at least. He'll be playing the Clockwork.
Yeah, and we'll see how he does with this Clockwork. It's going to be offlane right now. He's going to be up against defensive tri-lane. This is going to be a lot of experience going the Radiant way. I mean, I just don't know about this Dragon Knight and this tri-lane situation down bottom. He's not going to be getting experience like he would in the mid lane. I like the fact that they have a Magnus, but at the cost of a Dragon Knight who's going to be trying to farm in the bottom lane. I'm not really sure about it.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing here is I think he actually should get good experience because they have great... Their jungle hasn't been warded off, so Keeper of the Light, Naga, great heroes for clearing stacks. They can just focus on stacking and pulling. I think the issue, though, isn't that he won't get experience, it's that the Clockwork isn't going to get zoned out very easily. Bulldog already doing up to his creep shenanigans. He's going to pull the wave back. You can somewhat mitigate this if you get off stacks and double stacks and then pulls as well, but if Bulldog starts getting experience in this lane, well, I think that's the bigger issue. You give him a quick level 6, could be in trouble. And, well, with that being said, lane's pretty much what we expected. Storm versus Mag mid. With Living Armor here, S4 definitely going to have the edge, but Magnus should be able to bottle Crow, spam his nukes, get some farm. I think the lanes are not terrible for RV or for the Revenge. I think my bigger concern is what are they going to do once it gets to mid game, and can they actually slow down S4? Because looking at these lanes, so far I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, exactly. And not only S4, but you got a Chen who's going to be roaming out of the jungle. Aki's going to be getting free farm up here. There's nothing they can really do about it. So once he starts deciding to say, hey, let me get a Dark Troll Summoner, throw up some skeletons, try to push a lane out, that's going to be tough to stop. I mean, you mentioned how in the draft, Mihawk's not going to do a lot to stop this push in the top lane. You're absolutely right. I mean, he can't really do anything as a bounty hunter sitting up here. He's just going to be like, well, I'm going to leech experience and hopefully not die, guys. Let's do that. But at the same time, I mean, he should do okay. I mean, there's nothing really going to be killing him here. I mean, he could just shadow walk away if necessary, if they even open wounds him, which, you know, he should be all right. And
yeah, this is, I mean, it's the thing with the trans support. You pick a trans support, you know he's not going to be able to zone the enemy here out of the lane unless you get like a haste rune or something. But at least he can make S4 win his lane. So they knew coming into this they'll give away some levels to Bounty Hunter that he wouldn't normally get, but you look at bottom lane, Bulldog's already level 2. He's actually out-leveling the Bounty Hunter, and he's doing it against what is effectively a tri-lane, whereas for the Alliance, Ake's in the jungle. I will say, so far, Ake hasn't had the best luck. No Wildkins for him, which is fortunate for the Revenge, because otherwise he starts to get really out of control.
Yeah,
might find
exactly.
A Centaur here, though.
He wants to hit that. He's got Janata. He's just like thinking about it. He's backing off. That Centaur con is going to get hit up. He doesn't have enough damage to kill it.
Bottom lane. They're making it go on Bulldog here.
There's the Ensnare going on with the Living Armor as well. The Illuminate's going to hit, but he's fine. Of course, the cogs are nice from setting them out.
Can't stop that. That Living Armor is very hard to play against. And again, it's a double melee tri-lane, so you go in on him, unless he cogs both of you in with him, he's just going to walk away.
Exactly. And I mean, you've got Riptide, which is nice. You've got the Illuminate, but you got to get close enough for that Riptide to hit. Living Armor, at least it's only 4 damage instances at least, like at level 1, but at the same time, I mean, he's going to be leveling up, so that Living Armor is going to get even worse as the game goes on.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty passive. It's free farm for the Lifestealer. 11 denies already on S4, which that's not as much of a concern since it is a melee opponent mid, but still, S4 denying a lot of farm to Smash, getting a big advantage for himself. Ake actually trying to make a go here on Mihawk, won't be able to top lane, but just in general, to me, it's just Alliance is getting to play their game. You've got a Chen farming freely in the jungle, your offlane Clockwork is getting a ton of levels. He's already 4 as an offlane Clock against a tri-lane. The Revenge just not quite as sure what to do with their supports. I think that's the big difference. Now they've started to focus on stacking and pulling and trying to just maintain as much of, I guess you'd say, gold experience. Keep it as even as possible, but they had a slower start. They weren't sure what to do, and as a result, Alliance in their comfort zone now.
Yeah, and this is kind of a weird thing. I'm glad that they're stacking and pulling, but I mean, maybe they could smoke up mid, try to grab a kill on S4. I mean, he's kind of slippery, but Bulldog is just a man. He's manning up, but he's like, there's 2 people here. I don't really care. I've got Living Armor. What are you going to do? He's going to throw up the flare.
He's stealing the stack. Now Misko's going to start taking out. I mean, this is just a slap in the face. And you know why? It's because he knows he's got more Living Armor if he needs it. Boot's already up. This is brutal. When the offlane Clock is doing this to your tri-lane, it's not good. That is not good.
He's getting away with Larceny at this point. He's level 4 right now. You look at Mihawk, he shouldn't be too far behind. Actually, he's level 2. My God, he's a bounty hunter. He's got Shadow Walk. How is he getting out leveled in a tri-lane against Admiral Bulldog, who's, you know, sitting level 4 right now? 2 salves and boots and plenty of gold, by the way. So this is not good.
I mean, it looks like it's all Mihawk's fault, but to be honest, there's a few factors here. One of them is Ake has rotated towards the tri-lane. He placed a sentry ward earlier, did a good job of zoning the bounty hunter off the lane, so he is slowing down his own farm a bit. I mean, I mentioned we could have seen him go for the more greedy style, rush the mech, get the early Wildkin, stack the neutrals. He actually had a Wildkin available to him earlier, but he didn't choose to go for it, so it's a deliberate choice by the Alliance. We're going to focus on pushing this early tier 1, force your Keeper of the Light to rotate to the lane. We might give some experience to the Bounty Hunter, but we're going to get a faster mech as a result. Already S4 and Loda have good levels, getting close to 6 on the Storm, and with our Clock having this good of a start, they have 3 heroes in the Storm, the Clock, and the Lifestealer who can just jump into the middle of fights, and the Revenge just don't have the burst yet to be able to kill them off.
No, they really don't. And this is going to be a tower, like you mentioned. I think there's probably no way they can really defend this. They can throw Fortification TP up the Kodal here, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here. And especially when you've got that Hellbear Smash, you can, of course, use that Thunderclap to clear the creep wave. But right now, I mean, this tower's going down. There's no Fortification flying just yet. And as a result, it's going to be a lot of farm for everybody on Alliance's side. And you look at Loda, he's already got his Phase Boots here, and he'll probably go for Drum next if he wants to. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Ewo's got, 1,400 golden bag. Looks like he bought a Hand of Midas recipe as it's flying out to him right now. So he's going to go for the Midas, which will help him later game.
Mid lane. Oh, S4 already level 6, though. He's going to be able to ball lightning out. Smash still going for this, but yeah, not going to be able to get the kill. If he had gotten that... See, if S4 didn't have that many denies, Smash might have already been level 6. Maybe could have gotten the kill, but... and if S4 wasn't level 6. But with Living Armor and this matchup, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. And Smash he's actually pretty close to killing S4, but he's got living armor. S4 is not too concerned about this. And Smash is trying to get 6 so he can get that reverse polarity.
Wow, that was close. He dropped to like 40 HP there. I mean, living armor, it doesn't make you God. It's
right.
Close, but S4 living.
He's ballsy. He is ballsy, I'll give him that. But down on the bottom lane, Admiral Bulldog is almost 6. When he gets 6, he'll start using that hook shot and trying to find kills. He'll probably roam out of the lane as well. He's already got his phase boots done. Ewo has a hand of Midas coming in about 200 gold-ish, and with that, he'll get some more farm, but he's already behind Loda, who's got 32 assets and a tower to his name. So with that, I mean, Alliance is playing their game. They're farming up. There's going to be, you know, a pretty quick mech on Shen. As soon as he grabs boots, probably he'll go for components of the mech, and he'll try to get that as quickly as possible. Smash is going to have 6. He's got reverse polarity now, but no mana to use it. He's going to stack up a camp, it looks like, and just try to get more farm. And everybody's playing the farming game.
So, yeah, exactly. I mean, the Revenge, very passive play from them. When you run a mag mid, that's kind of a passive mid hero. He's not going to go for kills like a Queen of Pain or a TA early on in most matchups. Smash actually tried to, but didn't really have the right position to do it. Off-lane Bounty Hunter shut down early, is level 4 now, rotating towards mid. Doesn't have boots yet, doesn't have track yet. So, basically, they're focusing on farm. Alliance is farming for now, but honestly, that's going to change real soon. They took the tier 1 top. You look at S4, he's level 7. They've got Infest Bombs available soon. Loda's close to 6, going for drums. He's not going for a Midas of his own or anything like that. And with Bulldog having phase boots level 6, Alliance, they're farming for now, but that's going to change in a hurry. Revenge, kind of a passive approach, going for the Midas, stacking the jungle. And yet they're already behind to Alliance. So they're behind, and Alliance is just about ready to get aggressive. And, well, if these first few ganks go well for the Alliance, this game will snowball completely out of control.
Yeah, and it's going straight. Oh, hook shot on bottom. Misko in trouble right now. The battery salt's going. Misko's taking a lot of damage. Is he going to go down? Is this a solo kill? Oh, the skewer out. Admiral Bulldog's trying to get away. Smash not able to grab the kill as he's got no reverse polarity. He's bottling up. He's trying to get enough mana for it. He's 10 mana away, and they're going to break off the chase. Admiral Bulldog almost got away with theft again. And well, Misko survives. And
they devoted 4 heroes to trying to stop their team from giving away first blood, and they didn't kill Bulldog. And while that was happening, S4's farming mid, Loda's farming top, Ake's farming the jungle. This is again just what we talked about in the draft. The Alliance, they seem to have this knack for being more efficient with the resources on the map, using 1 or 2 heroes and distracting 3 or 4 while the rest of their team farms. And well, you look at gold, you look at experience, it continues to go their way. Once this Chen hits level 6, once Ake gets maybe even a buckler up, we could really see them forcing fights.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing. And it's kind of weird. We talked about how, I guess, Force Sweet Revenge, they like to be aggressive. This is not really their style of play, and casting them, a lot of times, I can tell you, I think they're out of, you know, they don't feel comfortable here. They like being aggressive early on. They like having ganks coming out from Smash. They like pushing lanes early on, you know, especially with something like a Chen or Enchantress, which they don't have in this game, which is not necessarily bad. But at the same time, you know, they're playing Alliance's game, which you mentioned time and time again, and this is a problem. They need to kind of play their own game.
Yeah, they're waiting on a few things here. Blink Dagger on Magnus, or at least Arcane Boots a bit of a ways off. Well, we might see Mihawk in trouble now. Okay, placing a lane ward. He does not have Dust, but he does have a Dark Troll Warlord. It looks like he's going to be fine in the end, but they need the level 6 on the Bounty Hunter. Since the Dragon Knight went for Midas, he's got to at least get his tread before he can really contribute. Naga still not level 6. Keeper of the Light only level 4. Speaking of Keeper of the Light, oh
my gosh, Admiral Bulldog is trying to do it again. He's got no mana to use that hook shot, however, so they should be okay.
This is his jungle. I mean, this Radiant jungle, they still have their tier 1 up and their tier 1 mid. Both of their tier 1s are up, and he might even go for a kill.
Oh, if he hadn't hit those cogs off, I mean, that would be some trouble for Misko. Luckily, it doesn't happen. The battery salt went. He's got no mana left now. He can't even he doesn't have mana to TP out. And actually, Evil's rotating, looking for a kill, but he's not quick enough. He's actually going, Admiral Bulldog is going Evil's way. Now there's going to be the Elder Dragon form, the stun coming out the Of course, the Living Armor is going to go in just a second. The Riptide, now the Ensnare. Admiral Bulldog cogs in with them. There's the Breathe Fire. Hand of God is used just to save Admiral Bulldog's life, and he's going to get out of there. It looks like they cannot chase him. He's just too speedy with the phase boots, but the Skewer Smash misses the Skewer. He actually is in the Ancient stack here, and that's going to be it. They cannot chase him, but now they're going to try to push.
Again, 3, 4 heroes, everybody trying to kill off Bulldog, and he's already back to full HP, and they're going to fight this bottom.
Yep, TP's coming in the bottom lane right now. Loda, there's the open wounds on Ewo. Ewo's going to get slowed up here, taking a lot of damage. Battery Salt as well. Ball Lightning in on the other side, trying to grab Misko. They're going to grab First Blood on Ewo. Misko's going to go down right now with the pull. The damage, the fast grabs the kill from Loda, and it's just that easy for them.
Yeah, it's just that timing window. It's wait until you get level 6 plus on your Storm. Loda's got his Infest. He's got his drums up. Chen Hand of God is there. Beautiful bait from Alliance, and You know, Bulldog pushing it a bit close there. I felt like maybe he could have died, but you know, Hand of God just came out at the right moment, had the stick charges, phase boots, all the little things adding up, and they used everything to try and kill him off, aside from RP, but it's just not enough. And Bounty Hunter, still not level 6, finally is going to have it. Revenge do have a lineup that can fall behind early and come back, and they still have their tier 1s up. They have their tier 1 mid up and their tier 1 bottom, and they have a great lineup to clear stacks, plus track gold. You can't count them out yet, but the concern is going to be, now the next level of aggression comes. Now your Infest Bombs start to come. Now Alliance starts to smoke gank, dive the towers. With Living Armor, S4 going for an Orchid. They're going for items to just get, to create an advantage that you can't come back against, and 1 or 2 more good fights, tier 1s are going to fall, Roche might be taken. This game on the verge of falling apart. Hasn't completely yet, but it's damn close.
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned just getting those items, but I think Loda getting an armlet, that's certainly going to be something to keep your eye out on. There's going to be a smoke, and this is exactly what Alliance wants to do. They've got this timing window. They need to look for either kills on towers or kills on heroes, and they're doing exactly that. In the last fight, you could see how calm Admiral Bulldog was. It's like he's not even concerned. He knew the Hand of God was going to come out. And it's just like they're saying, hold, right? Not yet, hold, but here we go, down in the bottom lane. Admiral Bulldog trying to go on Ewo. It's a 1v1 fight, well, 2v1 technically. Of course, there's actually a gank on Misko, but meanwhile, Admiral Bulldog taking a lot of damage, being snared going through. Smash doesn't want to use the RP on his solo hero. The battery still skewer in. Admiral Bulldog's getting it slowed up, and the shockwave. They grab the kill, but it's a trade as Misko's going to go down, or excuse me, Misoku's going to go down in the mid lane, as there's going to be a nice gank coming out from Alliance. So a 1-for-1 trade here.
Yeah, good thing about S4 there. When he zipped in, when they went for that smoke, like, he actually wanted to grab the mag. He tried to pull him, but barely smashed TP'd away bottom, which fortunately, I'd say works out well for Revenge. They are going to lose a tier 1 mid, though, and if they lose that, not such a good trade. They have Glyph. I don't think they can defend it, and they're not going to.
Right, and that's just going to be another tower going
So
down.
in the end, your Magnus dies, doesn't have his blink yet. We're 11 minutes in. If a Magnus is having a good lane, maybe gets a kill or 2, you can see it by like 14, 15 minutes, even sooner than that. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, Ball Lightning, the Infest. RP cancel, not in used in time right now. The pull going through. Skira's going to miss as well as this 4 Ball Lightning's away. Loda's going to get in stand right now. They're trying to go on Loda. He's going to get stunned. There's the RP. They really want this kill. Hand of God, Breathe Fire, not able to be sent back in time. Now this song. Aki's next, it looks like. Do they have Skewer? They don't have Skewer here, but they've got a Dragon Tail. No, they don't have mana for it, but they're going to try to lock him down. And Snare going in. Living Armor. Shockwave is going to try to Benny Hill this away, but the Snare is going to fly. And that should be it. Yep. Double kill for Mihawk.
And he had triple Dark Troll Warlord, and I think he might lose them all. Oh
my gosh, these
they lost to tier 1 there, but they got, I think it was 2 track kills. They killed off most of the creep army. There's no mech out just yet. Frankly, I would say, all things considered, not a bad fight for Revenge. And you look at fights like that, gold-wise, it's still pretty heavily in Alliance's favor, but experience starts to tip their direction. Now Smash up to 800 gold. Blink Dagger's not that far off, and I think the biggest thing is now finally they've got track, they've got phase boots up on the Bounty Hunter, you're getting your basic items up on Ewo Treads. They can start to take fights, and in a 5v5, if there's a good RP, I'd give them the edge for now. But once a mech comes out, if Alliance takes... oh, they have a armlet on Loda, so... well, maybe not. We'll have to see. The RPs have to be on point this game.
Yeah, wow, that already finished up, at least for the most part here. I mean, he just needs, I think, the Blades of Attack to finish that off, and that's pretty damn good. It's like, what, 13-minute armlet, 14-minute armlet, thereabouts. So he's already pretty farmed at this point, getting a ton of kills. He did go down in that last fight. And yeah, I mean, it's good for Force of Revenge because they needed to get those kills to really start being in an okay position. I mean, they needed those track kills, and that's the thing you mentioned earlier on. They can trade effectively, they can get back in the game effectively, but it's going to be a tough hill to climb, and especially when they're missing all of their tier 1s. Oh my gosh, S4's going in Misko. That's going to be pull-in, Static Remnant, Living Armor. There's the Ball Lightning. Misko is going to go down, and S4 actually wanted the Courier. That's not going to happen, buddy. You got to get out of there.
Oh, he's still man-fighting this out. He's got a double damage read. I think he's trying to zip over the hill. Oh, yeah, there you go.
There he goes.
Thought he might turn that around. I mean, Living Armor and a DD, it's close to being able to take that fight. If he had mana, he would have stayed. But
yeah, he just didn't have any mana to really fight that.
Yeah, while that was happening, Mihawk was ring around the Rosie in the jungle with Ake. Ake now Hedress up, so working towards a mech, and I think that's the next... That, as well as the Orchid for S4, 2 most important items to come. They already have the armlet for Loda. He's finally going to get to use the Courier and deliver it, and looks like we might have a fight mid.
Yeah, they're going to send... Yeah. S4's going to grab mana real quick. He'll be able to TP into the tier 1 tower and maybe look for a fight. There's a track on Aki. Down in the bottom lane, they're going to give more room for Admiral Bulldog, who's pretty much stolen this bottom lane effectively. And he's actually going to be going for what seems to be a Blade Mail coming out. And that's going to be a lot of damage still going his way. If there's an Illuminate that hits, well, alright. Blade Mail. Pretty good. So,
yeah, if that Keeper of the Light hits a full charge Illuminate and Bulldog Blade Mails it, it's going to be very bad. They're going top lane. Smoke Egg for Loda.
And
But
this
with
is what they
Armlet
need to
and
do,
with Hand of God, and Living Armor, I mean, this guy effectively probably has like 2200 HP right now, and that's assuming no Armlet toggles.
Yeah, and they're going to have to maybe dive him here for a kill. They can go on the Tram Protector. That's exactly what they're going to do here. They're going to grab a track kill out of it. So unfortunately, EGM's just walking through just like, oh, I guess I'm dead. Well, that sucks. But at the same time, Loda survived, so...
Yeah, they forced the TP. Somebody on Alliance just canceled it. I think it was S4 because he doesn't have one now.
Mm-hmm.
So they forced the TP, they get the kill, they didn't dive too far, and they blew up the tree before he could use his ult. If he gets his ult off, and Alliance then drops a Hand of God, something like that, that could have gone completely the other way, and now they're going for round 2, but Loda is not going to be the kind of easy kill that tree was. They really have to blow everything to kill him. And even then, they might not be able to.
The good thing is that the Dragon Knight now has Empower. Smash is giving that to him, of course. That's only level 1, I believe, but still, that's pretty nice to have. He's level 11, which means the red Elder Dragon form. Fortification is going to fly out. Looks like they want to defend this. Loda's back alive right now. Or, excuse me, not Loda, EGM. He didn't die, obviously. And down the bottom lane, looks like Alliance is going to try to push a tier 1 tower themselves. Maybe even go for a trade. And I don't think that really Force Revenge can defend this. Actually, it's 3 versus 5. They all TP down there, but that's a big if, so...
You could Song and then TP, Song and then TP in, and you will sleep everyone as you arrive, but if they want to go, they got to send everybody, because Alliance is in position, they've got to haste it up, and here we go. Is Song being cast yet? No, actually it has. Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to grab 2. Good call right now. Admiral Bulldog might be in some trouble. There's going to be RP. It's cancelled. No, it's used on Admiral Bulldog right now. He's going to be tracked up. There's going to be the dust as well. S4 pulling in Misko right now. Misko is going to be the first to fall. No one's here yet on the side of Force Revenge. They're all trying to TP. There's the hook shot again from Admiral Bulldog. Smash in some trouble now. Smash is trying to get out of there. The ball lighting from S4. Static Remnant is going to be used. No, it doesn't even need to be used. They use the overload. They grab the kill. He's on a killing spree, and that's a free tier 1 tower with 2 kills going their way on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to fight that, you need everybody there, because Alliance was set up under the tower. If you see the storm there, you got to know Living Armor makes the Triot effectively a part of the fight, even if he's not in the fight. You've always got Hand of God. Basically, Alliance can have 3 heroes in one area of the map and effectively have 5 because of things like Hand of God and Living Armor. So, I mean, it was a good thought, but they just didn't commit enough to do it. And now mid, 2 heroes get overgrowth.
Oh boy, there's an overgrowth going in right now. There's going to be the ball lighting into the Infest. Ewo in trouble. They're going to grab the back kill on the Bounty Hunter first. Now the battery sold. Ewo in trouble. The drum charge being used. Double kill going for Aki. And it's getting bad now.
That's just a drive-by by Ake. He just strutted in, kills off the Bounty Hunter, or the Keeper, like, cleans up the Dragon Knight. Yeah, this is what I meant when I said if Alliance have like 2 or 3 good fights in a row, the game just snowballs out of control. Because you look at Revenge, they've got 1 reliable stun to deal with the Storm Spirit. That's your Dragon Tail. RP, even though, and maybe with the Blink Dagger, you could count it somewhat reliable. S4 can dodge it if he's quick, and even if you get off, long cooldown. So Alliance can continue to be aggressive once they take this tower. Oh, here we go, another hook. 3! Caught 2, caught 3, here we go. Smash in trouble, pull out Poppy the Blade Mail. This is not looking good.
Just too much damage coming out. S4's grabbing the pull. There's the Hand of God. Misko's trying to get out right now. There's a mega kill streak for S4. Admiral Bulldog is going to fall, however, but I think he's okay with that trade. That was a great hook shot. Great initiation coming out from the side of Alliance.
That was a 3-man cogs. Like, you do not see that very often. That's just brutal.
Yeah. And now they take a tier 2 tower and they'll back off. They'll say, let's go bottom, potentially. Let's go Roche. Let's do something else. We're fine. We've got a nice lead. 8,000 net worth going on Loda right now. He's going to have a Sanj. He'll have a 10,000 experience lead on Alliance and almost a 10,000 gold lead, and this game is getting out of hand.
I love the way they're using this Storm Chen combo. That's like the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen it, where basically S4, all out of mana, send him back, you can TP right back into the fight. So being efficient, that's what Alliance is all about. Efficiency above all else. And win that big fight mid, take the tier 2, and like clockwork, they're going into Roach. No pun intended.
Oh my gosh, that's a pun. Come on. That's got to be intended.
Right. A little bit. All
right.
I really don't think Revenge can contest this. They need a perfect RP. No stun on the side for 15 seconds. Oh, this is dicey.
Illuminate's going to fly out next. Is it going to hit on all of them? It looks like it might. And there's going to be the Dragon Tail going. A lot of damage. Overgrowth S4. He's going to ball lighting away. Skewer on Quir. EGM right now. Clockwork Hook into on Soka right now. There's the RP on it too. Ball lighting in. S4 trying to do as much damage as possible. Evo trying to stay alive. He is going to fall. There's the Song. They need to get out of there. There's just too much damage coming out from Alliance. And they're too tanky as well. They don't go down. I mean, that was a perfect Illuminate. I mean, 2-person RP. They are still all alive somehow. And I'm not sure what Mihawk's doing here. That's not where he should be.
He's dying.
Yeah, he's dead.
The problem was they didn't have Song there. If they had Song, Alliance were like 4 or 5 clumped in the pit. you Song, your Magnus walks in, and you RP. Maybe you don't catch the life. You probably won't catch the lifesteal before he rages. S4 might be able to zip out, but you can at least catch like 3 or 4 heroes and just set up a perfect Illuminate. Without the Song though, and with the kind of item and gold deficit they're sitting at, they never had a chance.
Right. I mean, they're too far down here.
Yeah, they're just pressing. I mean, it's like they kind of had to force that, because if they give away an Aegis to Alliance, Alliance is going to take the last 2 tier 2s. Even if they don't take racks, they will farm your jungle. You'll be starved. You'll be stuck inside your base. They kind of had to contest, but it just didn't work out not having Psalm. And this is all but over for Revenge now. They still have that Hail Mary RP maybe, but when you've got Mech level 2 Hand of God about to come out on Ake, now a Heaven's Halberd coming soon for EGM. I mean, these guys are all so tanky that I don't know if anyone dies even to a perfect combo.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, with the Living Armor, with the Overgrowth coming out, with Admiral Bulldog being all over the place, Blade Mail as well doing a ton of damage to the opposing team. Oh, mid lane, there's going to be a gank on Ewo. Ewo is way out of position, as that is another, I believe, Infest kill coming out. S4 is going to grab it with the ball lighting. They'll jump in and they'll grab a kill on Ewo, and that's a pretty big deal considering he is going to be the main damage dealer, I think, except for, of course, the RP going for Sweet Revenge. So with him down for about 30 seconds, I don't know if he's got buyback, and it looks like he doesn't. So not that it's going to matter. He should be up by the time they try to push into the Raxes here. They can fortify. Yes, they can. So they'll be able to defend this, but at the same time, you mentioned him getting starved, and I think that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, they actually have fantastic ward coverage. Well, some of these are a little bit redundant, but they have decent vision, like, all around the Roshan area, the mid. But problem is, Alliance isn't at Rosh or mid. They're at their base, so all these wards, like, even if they see Alliance, they can't actually do anything about it. They can push farm top a little bit, but at this point, Revenge, a lineup that's heavily built around a big RP or snowballing from Track Cold, they're getting snowballed on. If they can't blow anyone up during a Dragon Tail, they just don't kill anyone, and Alliance can pretty much go high ground. Here we go.
Oh, hook shot's gonna go in. Misko's in trouble right now. He has no Song available. He's gonna get pushed down. As you can see, some damage is going. He's still alive, however. There's gonna be the Blade Mill going for Admiral Bulldog. There's the Overgrowth. Ewo, if he gets focused down. Oh, 4-man RP is gonna go. Hand of God, they're still all alive. The Skewer into the well. Oh my gosh, Admiral Bulldog taking some damage. He actually might fall. No, he'll live. As the Legion and Living Armor are going right now. Ewo somehow is gonna survive. 2 down on Alliance's side. Loda is gonna get the Aegis popped right now. They're somehow all alive except for the Naga Siren on Force Revenge, focusing S4 potentially. Masoku's going to use that blind, but now Loda's back alive, full health. Smash trying to get out of there. Not going to happen. It looks like he's still alive somehow. S4 is going to go down. Loda's going to grab a double kill. Admiral Bulldog still here as well. Mihawk's going to use that Janata Shuriken Toss. Oh, and he grabs the kill from the long range. He gets dunked on. Loda's going to get Dragon Tail right now. This might be a huge pickup coming up for Force Revenge. Yes, they take the entire team of Alliance down.
They team wiped, they didn't get the tower, and they threw away their Aegis, and they gave away a lot of track kills, but S4's back. He wants to go again. Looking for Misko, looking for Ewo. Who's he going to jump on? Orchid on Misko, and Misko, well, see ya, buddy. No!
Ewo
picks up? No, he'll pick down.
Ewo, what are you doing? You're just sitting there waiting for him to die. You have Dragon Tail, do something. Come on, man.
I mean, if somehow Alliance went on to lose this game, which I would say is like a 90 to 10, they still win. But if they somehow lost, that would be a colossal throw. Diving the well, beating the Aegis away against the bounty hunter of all heroes. That was a nice skewer by Smash. You can tell Alliance feeling confident, having some fun. This is a team that won the international, and you know they feel like they can toy with their opponents, and then when the time's right, they'll finish eating their food and stop playing with it.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, they still have the 15,000 gold lead, but at the same time, it was pretty good reverse polarity coming out from Smash and the skewer into the well. If that was just like a little bit further in, I think that gets a couple more kills into the well, but it was just out of range there.
They did team wipe them. Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point. I mean,
there was also a funny moment there where Loda wanted to infest a creep. The creep was towards the tier 4, so he walked away from the well to try and get the infest to kill the keeper light. Then he turned around, decided to hit him, and killed him anyway. He wasted a bit of time that maybe he could have used to run out of the base and live. But in the end, I mean, they can wait for this next Roach if they want. They don't have the best sieging lineup, and Revenge are very hard to go high ground against. So I wouldn't totally count them out, but now we're looking at a team that just doesn't have damage. That's the big concern for Revenge. You look at your Dragon Knight, he's got a Midas, Treads, and now a Sange. That's not really any DPS to speak of. You do have Empower, it's okay. It's not really... Empower's really good when you've got a lot of damage already. It's not so good when you're sitting on mediocre damage. In theory, if everything's perfect for Revenge and Alliance overextends, maybe they give up some more kills and turn this thing around, but hook top lane.
Oh my gosh, Ewo in trouble right now. The hook shot going in, ball lighting as well. Ewo's just going to get battery salted and killed that way, it looks like. And yep, there it goes. That's Shen grabbing the kill with Test of Faith. It's just that easy. And so he's down for another 50 seconds, and he was a little too far out.
Playtime's over. Here we go. Test bomb, TP mid. This is bad for Masuko.
Oh, Masoku's gonna die. He's gonna get infested. There's the silence and smash, so he can't RP. He'll blink away, but now he's going to take that static remnant, and of course, excuse me, the static overload. We're gonna see Mesko is gonna use that Song of the Siren, looking to fight this. Nope, just trying to get smashed out of there. He'll TP away, and Mesko is gonna survive. Maybe it looks like he will.
Bulldog had a 4-staff cogs, and he was like a quarter of a second from using it there, but just couldn't quite get ready to cancel the TP. Now Alliance, last tower, outer tower gonna fall, and they should be able to go high ground. If they overextend again, though, remember, they don't have Aegis, and Aegis was the reason they got like 3 kills after what looked to be just a complete feed, so I imagine they'll slow roll this a bit more and just go for the tower instead of trying to force the fountain.
The funny thing was, I mean, you talked about how Force Revenge have no damage. That was, I mean, there's a Hand of God and a mech right at the same time, and pretty much that's why they survived for the most part. I mean, they obviously died, but at the same time, it's, you know, they probably should have died a little bit quicker there. That was a perfect RP on 4 heroes, but...
Yeah, it's a little scary, right? This is what that's when Alliance is messing around, and that was before this next level of items. Now BKB for S4 getting close. He needs like 400 gold for it. You've got your completed Sanj up on EGM, who, by the way, does not play support. He's actually not a 4-position player. They just have 2 threes. That's what he tells me. So
ridiculous.
Yeah. Alliance, high ground. What do you do? If you blow everything on Loda, he's probably going to get Hand of Godded, sent back if necessary, or infest out. There's nobody you can really go on. Every single hero is important to kill, and they need that 5-man RP. If Alliance plays this right, they're not going to get it.
It looks like they're waiting for the next creep wave. They're all tracked up. They don't seem too concerned about it, and I don't think I would be either. I mean, you've got Clockwork, who's got plenty of... he'll hook shot in if necessary. He's got his 4 steps to get out of the bad position. There's going to be the Rage going for Loda right now. There's the Ensnare. They will take that tier 3 down. Loda's still getting focused, and the Dragon Form is going to go. There's the Dragon Tail as well. Now they're going to fight. There's the Overgrowth onto the Sans on Ewo as well. RP only onto S4. That's a problem. He's going to skewer 2 back in, however. He's going to ball lighting out. Hand of God is going to fly. There's the Infest Smash, taking too much damage. Ow. Loda's getting ensnared. He is going to go down. And I don't know if they can fight this anymore. S4 is going to get sent back home. We tried to pull him. I don't think it works that way, unfortunately.
Loda, oh, they Dragon Tail EGM. He's going to fall as well. Great defense here from Revenge. They're hanging on, man. And remember, those are track kills too, Mod. I think the big thing there was, I was impressed by it. Loda actually Infest dodged the RP, but then he came out of Infest and he didn't get a Rage off in time. Ended up getting netted, then Dragon Tail and went down anyway. So it was a beautiful dodge, but just popping out. And that is their one spammable disable. If they get it off, they can win these fights. All of a sudden, look at some of these heroes. The gold graph is still 15,000, the deficit in favor of Alliance. So they're still hugely ahead. Roche will respawn soon, but you know, as the game goes on, a 15,000 gold deficit means less because both teams, relatively speaking, are going to have more gold. We're a long way off from a full comeback, but a few more fights like that, they'll be there.
Yeah, you know, maybe 30 minutes later, but top lane again, and well, we've seen this movie before. Ewo, I'm not really sure what you're planning on doing up here, and he's trying to man-fight Admiral Bulldog. There's a Centaur Con stomp. Ewo's going to get hookshot on top of that, and he's still alive somehow. He's trying to get out of there. Not going to happen. Bulldog's going to grab the kill. No.
That was pretty cloudy.
Yeah.
Bulldog blade mailing the Dragon Tail damage. I think that was just enough to get the kill. Would have died anyway, but yeah, Alliance now they'll back off to sort of the safer option, which is just starve their opponent, split push. And the reason that fight went really well for Revenge is they had a great RP. But if you're spreading the map, and you can't really use RP on one hero, because if you do that and say S4 buys back, and they march down mid, now you don't have RP to defend high ground. So RP was perfect in that situation, lets them take a fight. Now, oh, Bulldog trying to catch Mihawk, won't be able to at the end. But yeah, if Alliance spreads the map more, then the RP isn't going to be as effective, which is kind of common sense. But yeah, Roche is about to respawn. With this next Aegis, maybe Alliance won't dive the fountain and they'll be able to take Rice.
Yeah, I think they're gonna say, okay, let's stop, let's play serious right now. I mean, you know, in that last fight, Force Fruit Revenge also got a gem, which is pretty nice to have, which means Mihawk's a little bit safer, but at the same time, this is another Roche. It's just gonna be another Aegis for Loda, assuming they can get this down pretty quickly, which they will. I mean, there's no way I think that Force Fruit Revenge can kind of really contest this. Luckily, they have a mech now on Masoku, which is at least something. And a medallion as well, going for the Naga Siren is another something. But other than that, they really need to somehow be able to defend this fight again. And it's going to be tough because they're just getting more and more items up on Alliance right now. The BKB is done for the Storm Spirit. I'm not sure if he had that in the last fight. I don't think he did.
Yeah, he had like 2,600 gold. He had an Ogre Club, but I don't think he didn't have the BKB in the last fight.
Right.
And the issue for me right now is I think the two things that Revenge need most are BKB on Smash, which he's nowhere near having, because otherwise he can just get orchided every fight and be completely shut down, or hooked, cogged, and battery salted. They need the BKB on him, and they need damage on this DK, but he went for a very late Black King bar. He's still got Sanj, BKB traits. It's a lot of strength items. He's pretty tanky. He's got okay damage with Empower, but remember, the BKB is going to remove the Empower, and he needs that one more item. If he gets like an Assault Caress, if he gets, I don't know, even a Daedalus, an MKB, that next item, I think they might be able to turn some fights around. But right now, I'm still feeling like they don't have the damage unless Alliance clump way too much.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, I think. And we'll see if they can get those items at the time that Alliance decide to say, okay, well, let's push now. You know, we've got all of our items here. Let's try to get something done. Clockwork looks like he's going to have an Overclub, and could be a BKB. In fact, it is, as it just flew out to him. So now Admiral Bulldog is a BKB. There's a couple of BKBs up on the heroes on Alliance's side, plus the rage you got from Loda. It's going to be pretty tough to kill them now with that magic immunity. Plus, you mentioned Hand of God and Mech, and that's kind of a big deal as well. So.
And just, again, lack of physical damage on Revenge. It's decent because of Empower, but that's really about it. If it goes late enough, Dragonite's about to hit level 16, and that's the point where he does decently against Lifestealer, because you can kite him, the Frost Dragon slow. I like this move from them. They're going to smoke up, head towards the top lane. They want to pick a fight with Alliance before they get to the base. If they let Alliance get to the base, with the tower already down, the Rax is probably going to fall, but unfortunately, they're not going to find anything. Well, this is the big fight. If they lose this one convincingly, Alliance will just be able to take 2-3 lanes of Rax. If they win it, might be the turning point for this game.
Yeah.
It's a long shot, though.
Big if. We'll see what happens.
A lot of ifs there, Mon. A lot of ifs.
I mean, I don't know about this. This is going to be tough. They've got everybody farmed here. S4, he's going to pop BKB right now. Ewo's going to get stunned up. As you can see, he's going to take a lot of damage here. S4 trying to go in right now. Orchid's up on Smash right now. Ewo, he cannot fight. He looks like he's going to go down. Clockwork Hook missing on Ewo. There's an RP. Looks like it's only on to one right now. Hand of God's going to play the Overgrowth as well. They're going to grab the kill on the Keeper of the Light. Smash trying to skewer his way out of there. Misco in trouble. He's going to go down. S4 with a double kill. And they're looking for more. Smash is going to get absolutely decimated. That's a set of racks they're going to have Smash buy back. But this should be a set of racks, and not necessarily a game yet, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, there's a buyback, but there's no RP now. Just beautiful play from Alliance. They knew, oh, here we go, four-step in.
Four-step forward. Eo's going to get bashed up. He is going to go down. That's a double kill for Loda as well. Mihawk getting pulled in. Everybody's clumped up. It doesn't matter. Chen's going to grab that kill. 4 down, and I think they got it.
That was an offensive 4-step from Bulldog. That's a little Ferrari 430 action for you right there. And I mean, for Revenge, few big factors in that fight, aside from just being really far behind. They didn't have level 16 on the Dragonite. S4 baited him perfectly right as he wanted to Dragon Form. BKBs, so he couldn't get off the Dragon Tail. Because remember, the Aegis wasn't on him, it's on Loda. So if they actually killed Storm, I mean, sure, he can buy back TP mid and maybe get to the fight 10-15 seconds later, but, well, just, it was never going to happen. BKB basically puts that Dragonite in a horrible position, and lack of damage, no RP. It's time for Alliance to take game 1. And for Alliance, winning both is important. If they lose one of these 2 games, basically if they lose game 2, and Liquid takes 1 game off of them, then Liquid would actually end up being 7-1 in the group. Alliance would be 6-2, and Liquid would finish first. So Alliance, looks like they've all but taken game 1, but their work's not done yet. They really want to take both.
Well, they're going to go ahead and invest Blink in. Song's a little bit late there, unfortunately. There's the Rage and the hook shot from a BKB to Admiral Bulldog. Now Mihawk's getting focused down. He's going to fall next. Double kill for Admiral Bulldog. S4 is just jumping all over the place right now. There's a skewer into the well potentially on S4. S4 is actually not going to be in the well. He'll ball lighting out, then 4-stab from Admiral Bulldog further. And that's just going to be 2 quick kills, and he's actually going to send S4 back home. They're going to try to take the tier 3 in the meantime. They should be able to do it just fine.
What you doing? He's got a gem here, it looks like he
Where is he? Why is he behind the tower? He's got no help. And he's going to die. No, not yet. There's going to be the shockwave. That's going to kill him. Ewo now, BK beat up, trying to go to town on Loda. He's going to try to fight as well. The Cogs are doing some nice, of course, mana drain, but there's going to be the Aegis being used. He'll be back up to full health in just a moment here. He's got no rage for 3 seconds. S4 is going to silent smash, and the Dagon coming through as well. Hook shot missing. I think it hit on S4. Ewo right now in trouble. He's going to go ahead and BKB. He's getting open wounds as well. Ewo, no, excuse me, S4's BKB. Ewo was trying to get out of there. There's the Dragon Tail on Loda. Misco, oh, that's a lot of damage. S4 is going to fall, it looks like. He's down for 78 seconds. He's going to go ahead and buy back into the game. Loda, Medallion's on him right now, but he's trying to go to town on Misco. Might actually get a kill, maybe not. He's still kind of low. Open wounds is going to fly in the Rage. Not enough. It looks like nice armlet toggle. Still alive somehow, but there he goes, finally down. And Ewo surviving as well.
By the way, his Dagon just came back up. He almost got a kill there on the Bounty Hunter. But Loda, oh man, this is just some humiliation tactics here. Buying a Dagon, I believe he bought it from their well. Dagon 3 now. Alliance is saying, Revenge, you put up a good fight, but get out of the game. It's over. Still, Alliance has only taken 1 lane of Rack, so we may see Revenge fight on, but losing so many fights at this point, down 20k gold, 25k experience, and I mean, when the enemy lifesteal is buying the Dagon, living that long, and killing you with it, you've pretty much lost the game.
Honestly, I thought that was S4's Dagon. I'm like, all right, that is kind of okay, and then I just like, wait, and that's Loda's Dagon, dear God.
I was clicking through the heroes in the middle of that fight, and I saw a Dagon, and so I immediately, I went to the Storm, and I'm like, oh, maybe EGM got one, because I know he likes to KS. Maybe Bulldog got one, because he likes to KS. Nope, it was definitely Loda.
Well, that's in a new meta. Lifestealer Dagon.
At his stats. That's, you know. It's funny, because Loda doesn't, I mean, he got a ton of kills with TI3, but I feel like for, like, just how hard Alliance normally crushes, he doesn't get as many as what you would expect, because I mean, you have Ake running around, Test of Faith thing, it's always for max damage because he's Ake.
Yep.
Loda feels like he's not getting his, so he'll try and get it now, any way he can.
And he's getting it. I mean, he's 9-4 and 11. He's getting some decent kills. They've got 33 kills on their team. Of course, S4 has a lot of those with 12. But at the same time, I mean, they didn't take the mid racks. They didn't actually take the mid tier 3 at all. So there's that. But they're losing a set of racks on Force Revenge, and yeah, this game is pretty much, it's Dunzo McDunzo, I think, at this point, but we'll see if they can keep holding on here, and they can try to push this back. And I mean, actually, Evo was doing some significant damage later on in that fight. He has against Sanjin Yasha, but I don't know if that's going to be enough at all.
It's such a mid-game item, and he's their only DPS right now. You have a Magnus who, Smash is just skipping BKB. He's going straight for what looks to be a 4-step. He doesn't have a BKB. He doesn't have any damage. I mean, we're not seeing like that Dendi Battle Fury Mask of Madness style mag. You look at this Naga, it's a support. They don't have damage, and Sanjay Yasha at this point in the game, the move speed is irrelevant. You're up against a lineup of heroes that move freely through the fight. Storm, Clockwork, very mobile. It's just buying whatever he can now because he knows the last fight is probably coming before he'll get a big item, but this is not an item that you get that you can expect to turn the game around.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think it's too little too late at this point. That's a Dagon level 4 going for Loda. Life 4-stap's going to go for Magnus as well. And on top of that, they have a Heaven's Halberd up in the Treant Protector too, so this is problematic.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Z-Blade yet, though, so I really have to question Loda's ability as a carry player here. It's unacceptable.
Come on, man. Get it together.
36 minutes in. I don't know. He ain't no TC. That's
no, definitely not. But
here we go. Alliance looking to go high ground. Can they do it?
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to do this pretty effectively. They're waiting. They're going to push the creep wave back and then probably look for an Infest Bomb in some way, shape, or form.
S4, he's living armored up. Inviscerin, maybe looking to jump.
Yeah, and he should be the one to initiate, I think, because he's just going to be the one to be all over the place. He's got level 3 ball landing. Of course, he's level 21, obviously, so,
all he
you know,
needs
at this point...
He really just needs the silent smash. As long as he does that, there's just no way...
He's done it in every fight, too,
yeah.
I think. So
it's been really good prioritization of which heroes to focus in these fights. So yeah, like you said, he's done a great job. And one more good silence. Well, for now, we'll have a pause. Revenge. They don't want to give up easy, man. They don't want to give up easy.
All right. Well, that's an interesting pause at this point. But yeah, I mean, at this point, that they're trying their best. They've got Ewo on the front lines. Mystico's going to be able to song if necessary. It's only a level 1 song, by the way. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the cooldown's not really relevant at this point, considering there's no time left here. And here we go. So that's a quick pause. They're going to discuss what's going on, settle themselves down, and see if they can defend here. But Admiral Bulldog's going to go ahead and resume the game, and we're going to jump back in just a second. Speaking of jump, there's going to be a jump from either one of 2 heroes to start this battle off, I think.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on Smash. He really has to be godly in this fight. Maybe Mistco can set him up with a nice song, but unless they get that combo, there's just no way. All eyes on those
Dragon Form. They're going to be the one to initiate with Loda getting ensnared up, but that's going to be it. Ewo's going to get orchided. And looks like they're going to back off. They're not ready to fight just yet.
Yeah, Revenge they cannot take a fight outside their base. Ewo really pushing the envelope. He goes like 340 units forward. Look for the offensive 4-step. No. They're worried about this RP. Oh, completely missed it.
Smash. No. S4 looking for Ewo right now. There's the hook shot from Admiral Bulldog. Smash in some trouble. Mech's going to go. Song of the Siren. Mistco is rage. Of course, Smash is going down. He's just getting absolutely obliterated from S4. Ewo's trying to get out of there as well. And Dragon Tail's going on S4 right now. Mihawk's going to BKB up at this point. Ewo's going to get Test of Faith. Mihawk in trouble. He's got cogs on him. Mech's going to fly as well. The pull on Ewo. Ewo's taking damage. Mihawk's going to die next, it looks like. One more right click. There it goes. Loda's going to grab that kill. S4 is going to get Hand of God. He's going to ball lightning away. Try to get out of there. Ewo taking more damage. Open wounds as well. And Ewo is going to fall next, and that should be GG. And, well, Smash, it's not the best RP, unfortunately.
It's really hard to hit an RP when you're that far outside your base. I mean, it's already going to be hard against Alliance. They have heroes that can just sit back and, well, another hook catches one. Dragon Knight just fought back. This could be all she wrote. One more pull. Should be another death here for Ewo. Revenge on their last legs. They're going to drop game 1. And it is a 2-game set, group stage format. We don't have it deciding game 3 if it is tied, but Alliance, they took this game 1. They made it look easy. Revenge will get a little revenge with the Fountain, but that is not going to change the final.
Admiral Bulldog forced Seth into the well, interestingly enough. He's
well
actually...
played by Smash. Smash
yeah, that's good.
The man, but... You know, Revenge, they showed some good individual play. There's a great 4-hero RP. This is a team that has talent. It's just Alliance also has talent. Probably more of it, and a lot more of it. But the main thing is, it's not that. It's they have such a good way of just developing a game plan and executing it. Their game plan in this game was S4 will get a quick level 6. Bulldog's going to get a lot out of the off lane. We won't prioritize Ake's farm, but we'll push this early tower in the top lane because Bounty Hunter cannot really defend towers. In the mid game, we've got Lifestealer bombs to fall back on. We'll pick them off. Once we pick them off, we'll take towers. Then we'll go for Roche. Very systematic play from the Alliance. And what else do you expect from TI3's champions?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, and that's just kind of how it goes down for Alliance. And honestly, they played a perfect game up against, well, almost perfect up against Force Revenge. They made a couple of clowny plays here and there in the mid game into the late game as well. But really, it doesn't matter as they take game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back into game number 2 in just a second. A best of 2 series between Force Revenge and Alliance. Make sure you stick around here on Beyond the Summit. Thanks, guys.
Bye.